For great Pokemon TCG product and prices, check out ccgcastle.com.
Hello, Pokemon fans! I'm Professor N.
And I'm Professor A.
And today, we have a Palkia Water Box deck with Articuno and Regice. And the best part of all, no meta!
That's right, folks. This deck actually has no Shaman or Hoopa in it whatsoever. It doesn't even run Ultra Ball, and this is not a Greninja deck.
It's not?
It's not.
Then what are we doing here?
Well, believe it or not, this deck is actually competitive enough to be run and still consistent. And we actually took this to Florida Regionals recently, and it didn't do the best, but it also did very well against some of the popular decks like Greninja and Mega Mewtwo.
Speak for yourself. I got stomped by those.
That's you. You didn't know how to run the deck, apparently, yourself.
Mm-hmm. Don't you have a deck to profile?
Alright, folks. So what we're introducing you to is a Palkia box, in a sense. In a sense, it works a lot like the old Genesect Virizion deck, but you'll see for yourself in a moment. So we start off with 3 Palkia.
Loser!
Ignoring him since he did terrible himself using it, but that's his own fault. So, we have Palkia EX, Aqua Turbo, 40 damage for 2 water energy, and you search your deck for 2 water energy and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. It really is like Virizion in a sense, and it just powers up so quickly Pokemon you need to get powered up. And a lot of the Pokemon in this deck, as you'll see, need a lot of energy. So, but it's still good for its other attack as well, Pearl Hurricane. 4 water energy, and you can do 120 damage and 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. 180 HP, and it's a really good card actually, believe it or not. So, we start off with 3 of these.
Alright, looking pretty good so far, and what else do we have to complement that legendary dragon water thing?
Well, we have another legendary right here. It's Articuno.
So what, is this like a legendary spam deck or something?
I guess if you want to think of it that way.
No wonder it's so powerful.
So, we have Articuno from Roaring Skies. First attack, 1 water energy, can do Chilling Sigh. Put your opponent's Pokemon to sleep. For Tri-Edge, it's 2 water energy and a colorless. 20 damage plus. For every heads you flip, when you flip 3 coins, you can do 40 more damage. The positive part about this is the Delta trait. Plus, you will take 1 more prize card for knocking out your opponent's Pokemon.
So knock out a Spay the Shay and you're taking 3 prizes.
Yes, a lot of times at regionals, I would surprise my opponent very much, especially if it got to time. I'd be able to take a win right away by Ninja Boying right into him, as you'll see soon. And all of a sudden, I took the last 3 prize cards I needed, and they were completely baffled by it.
So how many Articuno do you run?
I run a grand total of 2 in this deck.
Hold on, legendary spam. Aren't you only allowed 2 legendaries? Or is that VGC?
I'm pretty sure Fiji.
Okay.
Next off, we have 2 Regice. With Regice, 120 HP as well. For a water energy and a colorless, you can go ahead and use Ice Beam.
The best attack in the game.
It actually does surprisingly help out quite a bit if you don't have the other energy needed. For 30 damage and you flip a coin, if you get the heads, it will paralyze your opponent's Pokemon. Now for a water energy and 2 colorless, you can do Resistance Blizzard. 70 damage and prevent all of the attack damage and effects on Regice from your opponent's Pokemon EX.
That's pretty incredible there, Professor. Alright, what else have you got for us?
Well, apparently, someone would like me to put in the new Magikarp from Generations, but that's not in here.
That's Evolutions. Get your stuff right.
Sorry, correct. Hey, it's been a long day for me. Give me a little bit of break.
No.
I actually do my work as a professor, unlike you.
Hey, I just started, okay? I'll get to work soon.
You haven't even done anything yet.
Shh.
Uh-huh. Next up we have
Back to
1
work,
Manaphy EX. Now, the bright side is the ability, which is Aqua Tube. If your Pokemon have water energy, you can go ahead and have a free retreat cost. You can use the attack if you absolutely need to. It's not recommended, but it is something that I have been able to do to get a surprise knockout if I absolutely need to. I know one person completely was baffled and was done with his day when I used it at regionals. I felt bad, but it was pretty funny.
No, you
nonetheless.
didn't.
I feel bad for my opponents, unlike you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do actually.
Trust me, you don't.
Nonetheless, you mainly want to use him to go ahead and retreat a lot of your Pokemon so you can just keep using attacks and use different ones if you can. 120 HP. Next off we have a Glaceon EX. Now Glaceon EX really helps depending on what decks you go up against.
Oh wow, a non-legendary type. Never
Yeah,
thought I'd
we
see it.
actually have one. We actually do have one. With Glaceon, you can go ahead and use... Oops, try and get that in focus. You can go ahead and use both attacks, depending on which one, with Second Bite for 1 water and 1 colorless. Go ahead and do grand total of 20 plus. So for every damage counter they have on their Pokemon, you'll do basically the damage back in return in a sense. So let's say they have 20 damage on, you'll be doing grand total of 40 with the Second Bite.
Sorry. That's out of my throat.
Did you eat Hawlucha?
No, just a really spicy nugget.
He ate a Hawlucha, folks. I'm so sorry. In any case, you can use Crystal Ray for 1 water energy and 2 colorless. Does 70 damage and prevent all attack damage done by your opponent's evolution Pokemon. This really helps against things such as Mega Mewtwo, Mega Scizor, or Greninja.
Because we all know Greninja sucks.
I feel like Professor K is going to suddenly appear to smack you at this rate. Well, good luck. So that does it for our Pokemon. The next step is our supporters. But as you can see, we have no Shaman, no Hoopa. This is not a normal deck, and it still runs consistent as you're about to see. So, we have 4 copies of Professor N.
Yes, how can I help you?
And we want to use more than, let's say, a Sycamore, mainly because
the real professor.
Mainly because we have a lot of cards we don't want to discard in this deck.
And you love me.
Sure, keep dreaming.
Dream World.
Our next supporter is Professor Sycamore. We run 3 copies in this deck. Now, it's up to you if you want to run 4. Some people have chosen to run 4, but for the most part, you don't want to discard too much. So Sycamore, only 3 copies of.
That's for Greninja! That's for Greninja!
Ow!
It seems Professor K overheard it.
cheek!
So, as someone cries away over there, I'll go ahead and continue for him.
My cheek hurts.
Well, that's what you get for saying that.
And it's not my face cheek either.
You know, I can't help what you do. That's your own fault. Pay for the consequences you do. Just pay for them. We run 1 Lysander.
Scrub.
Really? Because you ran the same deck. So, are you sure?
Scrub.
We also run 1 Ninja Boy. Ninja Boy helps you out of many difficult problems. Let's say you start off with a Manaphy and you need to get Palkia out so you can power up your attackers or anything else. It helps a lot, especially with surprising, especially because there were multiple times I would Ninja Boy into something my opponent didn't see coming, like the Regice, the Articuno, or even into a Glaceon or Palkia EX.
Or Manaphy.
Bless you. And believe it or not, there was actually one point where I did Ninja Boy into Manaphy. That was the one where I got the knockout, and my opponent was not happy about that. So,
I Ninja Boy into Articuno twice and took 3 prizes for the game.
there were multiple times where you'll probably end up having that same situation happen, and I will tell you, getting heads on Articuno and getting knockout where you can get 2 or 3 prize cards is the best feeling you're ever going to have. The next card we have is 1 Hex Maniac. With Hex Maniac, this especially helps for certain matchups with abilities, such as, let's say, a File Plume deck, or also Greninja itself. Because with Greninja Break, they can no longer use their abilities at this point. So they're not going to hit you as hard with the 60 damage. And if you already have Glaceon out, they're not doing any damage to you at that point even. So it's a fairy card for that reason.
Unless they got that Pokemon Ranger.
True. The next card we have is Giovanni Scheme.
Give me cake!
Apparently someone wants cake behind me, but besides that, with Giovanni's Scheme, it helps you for more consistency drawing cards, but also the most important part, believe it or not, is its second ability, where you can do 20 more damage. 20 more damage a lot of times would help with Articuno, because with Articuno, we do run Fighting Fury Belt. So already for 20 damage plus a Fighting Fury Belt, you'll be doing 30 damage total. With one heads, it goes all the way up to a grand total of 70 damage. Let's say you have the Giovanni, that makes it 90. With 90, that would be a knockout on things like a Vespiquen. So as you can see, it can be very helpful in times when you need 20 more damage to knock out a Pokemon.
We have settled the cake dispute. I have lost.
So no cake for you?
No, but I did get myself a soda from it.
Congratulations. The next cards we run are 4 Fiest Seekers. We run 4 of these in this deck, just as about any other deck you'll come across.
You're lying to me, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Next, we have 4 Trainer's Mail. Trainer's Mail helps you get any of the trainers out you'll need.
Does it help you get out the cake too?
In your case, no. It will never help you get out cake. But that's only because it's you. Now, the next card we do run are 4 Max Elixirs.
I thought this was supposed to be a budget deck.
It is. It's still a budget, because there's no Shaman or Hoopa required. But nonetheless, 4 Max Elixir, because it will help you get energy on your board even quicker. And in a few moments, you'll see exactly why it especially can help at times and get a turn 1 attack with Palkia. So, Max Elixir. With Max Elixir, you can go ahead and look at the top 6 cards of your deck. And if you find a basic energy there, you can go ahead and put it on your bench Pokemon.
Alright. What else have you got for us that's budget?
Well, no Ultra Ball.
Okay.
We run 3 Dive Ball instead.
That's not budget.
Well, it's a secret rare, but that's only because to make the deck look pretty. If you want to run secret rare, that's your own doing, not ours. But Dive Ball are relatively cheap for the most part when it's not secret rare. Dive Ball, you get to go ahead and search for a water Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand. And that is how exactly you run this deck without needing to run Shaman or Hoopa by using the Dive Ball. No Ultra Ball required.
Alright. And next up, we got ourselves the Scrub Belt.
Yeah. The ones you use in a lot of your decks too? Okay. Fighting Fury Belt. 40 extra HP plus 10 extra damage. Really helps to put out more damage and to survive even longer against your opponents. So we run 3 of these.
Alright, and next up is going to explain why the Max Elixirs and stuff.
3 Energy Switch.
And those are all blinged out. You make me sick.
I mean, on the bright side, this actually is a relatively blinged out card. Believe it or not. So, that's a bright side. But Energy Switch helps you get across any of the energy that you already have put on your bench with the Max Elixirs, so you can put it on your active Pokemon if you need to. So we run 3 copies of it.
Though I don't recommend going all gold if you're trying to save money.
That is very, very true. Next off, we run 1 copy of Energy Recycler. A lot of times when your Pokemon get knocked out, they'll have a lot of energy attached to them. And because of that, we want to put the energy back in the deck as quick as we can so we can Aqua Turbo back on. With Energy Recycler, you can go ahead and search for 5 basic energy from your discard pile, put them back into your deck, and shuffle them. Very useful for that one reason.
So basically, the idea of the deck is power up Aqua Turbo, and then just spam the Sugar Honey Iced Tea out of it.
Sure, we'll go with that. Next off, we have 1 Super Rod. With Super Rod, you go ahead and shuffle 3 of Pokemon or basic energy in any combination back from your discard pile into your deck. Run 1 of those.
Boring.
We also run 1 Escape Rope. Escape Rope lets you go ahead and have your opponent switch his active Pokemon out with one of his or hers benched Pokemon, and then you get to do the exact same thing once they're done.
Go on, Professor A.
We also have 3 Rough Sea. With Rough Seas, once during your turn, you get to go ahead and heal 30 damage from each of your water Pokemon or lightning Pokemon. So that way you'll be healing off any of the damage that you've taken from your opponent's Pokemon.
Come on.
Are you having a problem back there?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You sure?
I'm sure. Continue with the profile.
And then our last tech in this deck is actually 1 Silent Lab. With Silent Lab, it can come in handy a lot during certain matchups, allowing you to, let's say you play it first, your opponent can no longer use the abilities of a Shaman or a Hoopa unless they use their own Stadium card. On top of that, let's say you're against a Volcanion deck. When you play Silent Lab, no longer can they use Steam Up to discard fire and do more damage.
I'm just going crazy here right now, is all.
Okay. Well, you've heard it here first.
Professor Anna takes his medicine.
Well, while Professor N takes his medicine, let's go ahead and finish this up. Folks, I have no idea what's going on. I don't even think you'd want to know anyway yourself, to be honest. I can tell you this, someone definitely forgot to take his medicine today. So
yeah,
next...
I totally forgot.
Next up we have...
We should pray for him.
Next up we have 12 Water Energy. Grand total of 12. 12 basic. This will help you get all of the energy you need out onto your Pokemon, since a lot of them have such high requirements for energy. And there you have it, folks. This is still a competitive deck, and there's a lot of different ways you can go about this. Normally, at least when I've played it, it is honestly really easy for this deck to beat a Mega Mewtwo at times. It will have its hard times at times, depending on how you play it. You definitely need to know how to play it, though.
Yeah, but honestly, as he said, it can take on just about anything. Volcanion. This thing murders Mega Gardevoir. I'm sorry. I love Broski, but this stomps it. Doesn't have too much trouble against Mega Scizor either.
And I honestly have stomped... I played against 2 Greninja decks at Regionals, and I stomped both of them. And it was honestly kind of... I felt bad because it was Greninja, but it was also funny because no one expected this deck. So...
Yes, I gotta say, in all seriousness, this is a very crazy creation you and Professor K came up with.
Yep. That's right, folks. This deck is actually something that Professor K and I both had created. I envisioned this deck, and we came up with this together, this whole madness you see here.
This was my idea.
Yes, he had the Glaceon idea. To be fair, though, he also had the Hex Maniac idea as well. So, nonetheless, hopefully you guys like this deck. Let us know what you think. If you like it yourself, go ahead and try it out.
Alright, so there you guys go. This has been the Palkia Articuno Regice Aqua Terminal Spam deck. So, no, in all seriousness, guys, it's actually a very powerful deck, and I just kind of scrubbed out and didn't play correctly. But, honestly, Professor A here had a much better record than I did over at Regionals. Anything else you want to say?
I can't think of anything myself.
Alright, so there you guys go. A good competitive deck that is very budget friendly too. Just ignore all the full arts and secret rares, and it's cheap.
It's very cheap. Ignore the full arts and stuff. Don't worry.
So if you guys liked this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I gotta say, it was nice working with you. Can you be the professor on the channel instead of Professor
Hey!
What? You two are always teaming up, so maybe a team up of Professor N and Professor A would benefit the channel.
I'm on no one's side, to be honest.
Alright then, I guess you guys can do all the editing too.
In any case, guys.
Alright guys, so hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And that about does it. So this has been Professor N with the Pokemon Evolutionaries.
And I'm Professor A.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.